Well, hey, Pipers, welcome back to the Bass Piper channel. Hey, welcome back, Rumble. Hey, good news. My last video went over to Rumble, but the other 4 videos still didn't make it over there. So I don't know what's going on with old Rumble, but my last video that I put out did make it, so I was glad of that. Hey guys, I just want to come on here today from the Cigar Lounge, and I'm going to be having a cigar here in just a little bit out in the garage. I don't smoke cigars in the house, but I am going to have, if you can see that, a Camacho. I'm going to try to bring it in closer. Camacho Factory Unleashed. It's called the Unleashed. I've had one of these on my video. It is a Toro, and it has a shag foot on it. And a shag foot is basically where the filler and the binder is extended past the wrapper, so that you can first get the tastes of the filler and the binder before it kicks into the wrapper. Most people that are more versed in cigars, they'll tell you that, the wrapper is where you get basically the most of your taste from. So this gives you an opportunity to taste the binder and wrapper tobaccos before it actually hits the binder and filler tobaccos before it hits the wrapper. But anyway, I'll use this for a prop today. Before I go out in the garage and fire her up. But guys, I just want to get on here and talk a few minutes. Have a senior moment, number 4. I didn't put out 4. Now this will be my 4th one. But what I want to just mention today, I don't know how long this will be. I'll just cut it off when I have to and just hook up later on the next video if need be. But I've been watching a couple of the Piper's videos, and a couple of them, 2 of them have expressed some things that I want to share something for the piping community, as well as these 2 good presenters. Relax Piper made a video yesterday that I watched concerning some things about faith in the Bible. And Alan Harrison from the Pipe Cottage made some comments on some things off and on the last few weeks dealing with his video. I know Alan's been wrestling with a lot of stuff, especially with YouTube and all the stuff on what to do. But I want to give these 2 guys some encouragement in one area, and that is in their beliefs. I know some of this can be controversial. I'm not trying to upset anybody. I'm not trying to lose nobody as my subscribers. But I wouldn't be a preacher worth my salt either if I didn't share some things about some comments that were made. Nothing bad, nothing, and I have nothing bad to say. So just take that off the table. This, I hope, can be an encouragement to them and also for anybody else. Don't ever feel that because you're a follower of Christ, you're a child of God. Your beliefs in your nation, your beliefs in your God, your beliefs in whatever, you've got to be you. You've got to be you. I looked at a while back, some of y'all may have known I was going to look at maybe starting a new channel with some things, and talking to a couple of people or a couple of people's comments in the ash hole, what they had to say, I'm just kind of passing on to these 2 gentlemen as well. and they're my junior. They're younger than I am. I'm down the road a little bit farther than both of these young men, and so this may sound more of an older brother or fatherly advice for some things. But and I don't even know if Alan even sees my videos. I don't even know if Alan is. I can't remember if he's a subscriber or not. Or not. I know Relax Piper is. But in your belief system and whatever it may be, don't ever feel like you've got to hold back or change what you believe in. I was advised early on, Wade, don't start another channel. Just keep the channel you got. And that's my advice to anybody. I can tell you when you start a religious channel, whatever you want to call it, for the most part, a lot of times it doesn't fare well, because there's a lot of people, even in our community, that they may follow you here because it's a pipe, and we could throw in its cousin, the cigars, you channel. But here's the thing, there's only so much we can talk about, ladies and gentlemen, about pipes and cigars and tobacco and tobacco and tobacco and tobacco. You know what I'm saying? We can do reviews all day long, all night long. It don't matter. Everybody's belly button opinion is subjective. If you come from a background of 15, 20 years of smoking cigarettes and you went to cigars, I'm going to put my cigar over here in my Arturo Ferente ashtray and let it sit till I'm ready. But your reviews is not going to do much for me. I've never been a cigarette smoker. I never had that, that nicotine fix or that need for burley and need for that type of what cigarettes give you. So when you review something as pipe tobacco, you're pretty much going to be on the harder nicotines, the bigger, the stronger nicotine. I'm not. You're going to say, man, this thing's the best thing since sliced bread. I'm going to smoke it and pass out and have 3 fits. They're going to go, what is this junk? With me, I'm never smoked cigarettes. Didn't even smoke a cigar till last August. I'm 61 years old. Had my first cigar. I've smoked pipes since 2017. As far as smoking more than I have ever smoked a pipe, you all know I started dabbling with a pipe about 19 years old and probably smoked about 4 bowls, and then called it quits until I was about 56, 57 years old. And I don't smoke a lot even now. So all of these reviews are subjective. I got to go out and buy what I think I would like. And we all know that. You can have 80 guys review a tobacco and give it 5 stars. You smoke it, you give it 1. I've heard so much rant and rage about Gurkha cigars, that they were no good, they sucked, they're trash, they're that. Well, they probably were when the original owner had it, but that's gone under new ownership. I tried my first Gurkha the other day, and my Gurkha cigar the other day in a video. It was fine. I mean, it wasn't a heavy hitter of anything as far as flavors and all that. It was just kind of mellow, medium, mellow. Okay. Had a good breath note, had everything. Fine for me. Some other guy might say, man, I don't stand. So, we can't go by these kinds of things. It's the same way with everything else on your channel. I can only talk cigars and pipes for so long. What else are you going to say that hasn't been already said? How many how to light a cigar videos do you need? How many how to cut a cigar? How to light a pipe? How to tamp a pipe? How to smoke a pipe? It's all over there. You got hundreds of videos out there. So for me to sit there and put out another one, I'm just wasting air and space and time, you know. And so it's like with cigars, it's how many nuances are you going to get? How many, they're getting ready to have the PCA in a few days. And where the businesses come together, and the manufacturers, and they put out their new cigars, and all the retailers and vendors and owners go buy up and stock up on their new stuff, and Rocky Patel is coming out with a new one called Conviction. AJ Fernandez will have his new stuff. Perdomo may be bringing out something. The Padron family might be picking out something. Arturo Fuente will have something out. Everybody's coming out with something new. Camacho, all of them. Everybody gonna come up with something new. It's all the same crap. Really? I mean, let's think about it. It really is. You took your nuances with your cigars. It's all, I get a taste of leather. I get a taste of cedar. I get a taste of barnyard. Well, that's a good one to have. I get a little hint of chocolate or cocoa. I don't care what blend. I don't care it's all just the same cigar with a different label on it, a different band, a fancier band. And now the bands aren't even fancy anymore. They're coming out with plain Jane ones. And I don't care if it's a boutique or a fifth generation family or whatever the case may be. Somebody's starting it. It's the same stuff. It's tobacco. The nuances are always going to be the same. In fact, you got more nuances and changes in pipe tobacco than you do cigars because they all run the same. You got 3 or 4 main countries that are putting the cigars out. And it's all the same. Either it's in the filler, the binder, or the wrapper, the binder, the filler, or they might be a puro, which is all 3 are the same field, same country, same everything. It's the same nuances over and over and over again. It's like Solomon wrote in the Bible in Ecclesiastes, there's nothing new under the sun. So we go to these things and we get hyped up in the marketing of buying a new cigar with a new band that tastes the same way. Same way with pipe tobacco. I'm not knocking this, don't get me wrong. It's just that before long, there's nothing else to really talk about. So, with me being a Christian and a preacher, sometimes I'll come on and talk about things of God, or from a Christian standpoint of some things, or life and life coaching and just general stuff. That's okay. This is my channel. My channel. I don't need to start 14 other channels, but have one for cigars, have one for pipes, have one for the gospel, have one for singing, have one for whatever. I mean, no, you just keep your channel. Be you. Be you. A lot of times people say, well, and I've heard this mentioned, people just aren't listening. There's no good talking about God and talking about your salvation experience and having a relationship with Christ and all that. Yes, it is. You're exactly right. There's people that won't listen. There's people that'll turn you off. There's people that will never, ever, ever, never accept Christ. But if all you get is one, it'll be worth it all. The Bible explains this. It teaches this. It's nothing new. It's no magic. When you pick up the cross and follow me, Jesus said, you're going to be persecuted. They're going to hate you like they hate me. And here's the clincher. There's more people in churches that will persecute you than the world. Imagine that. Because your churches are filled up of carnal Christians and carnality and fleshly, and everybody's on different spiritual levels and all of this type of thing. But don't change yourself. The world out here, our nation, is going to hell in a handbasket right now. It's the worst I've ever seen it, and probably you too. The world, the nation, it is flipping upside down. There's more agenda and satanic agenda that's being pushed down people's throats, and all of this woke garbage and LGBTQ, XYZ, 1, 2, 3, the alphabet soup, bunch of people. They're trying, you got a minority trying to indoctrinate and control a majority. Out of about 330 million people in the United States, we got about 1.5 million that's trying to change you. And I got to give them credit. They're doing a good job. But that's with the help of the media and our cartel in Washington. These are all things that are being done. You know, they're trying to stifle our First Amendment. They're trying to do all of it. Listen, it's time for Christians to stand up. Don't be ashamed of anything. There's people that are listening. May take them a little longer to get it through the skull, but they're listening. You don't know who you're going to reach until one day you're in heaven and somebody taps you on the shoulder, says, hey, I want to let you know something. Several years ago on your video you used to make, you talked about yada, 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 and I accepted Christ through that. I started doing research. I started changing my life. So you never know, men, who you're touching. You know, I don't worry about it. You all know I'm a preacher. You all know I'm a child of God. I don't sit there and hide that. Why should I? The world ain't hiding none of their mess, and neither is Satan, is he? So why do I can't let my light shine and let the Lord shine on my channel? Well, I don't like you, bass piper. I used to like you. You talking that Jesus stuff. Bye. Getting pretty cocky out there, aren't you, bass piper? Bye. There's no skin off of this right here. Hey. I can still have my stogie and serve the Lord. How about you? I can have my pipe, still love my Lord and serve my Lord and have my channel. My channel goes down to 0. If YouTube takes me off, I still got my relationship with Christ. This platform and all this is no big deal. I lived for 2 years back. That put me about, 58, 59 years old. I lived without this thing. I can continue to live without it. But I'm not going to change for what everybody else thinks and for everybody else wants. And you shouldn't either. And this is really for my Christian brothers and sisters out here. And for also those that may not know Christ. Man, thank God for people that are willing to take a stand and going to share some things with you. We're not trying to hurt you. We're trying to help you. Listen, I've had plenty of people come to me and go, that stuff's a bunch of crap. You believe that junk? Yeah. Are you that stupid? Yeah. So keep sharing God's word. Hey, that's y'all's channels. You do what you want. Bass Piper's not trying to tell you anything. I'm just trying to tell you my side of it and how I see it. You don't have to bow down for anybody except God. And you never know what your channel and who you're going to reach through your channel. Keep talking about the Lord. Talk about horses. Talk about your land. Talk about some politics. Talk about whatever. Because we can't keep talking about pipes and tobacco. That mess is getting old. And I don't mean that to knock it. I'm just saying we all know it. How much more can we say about it? You know, that's just like with the cigars. You know, I went out and paid $20 for one stick of an El Septimo cigar. And you know the only reason I did it was because their marketing, I found something different. You know what that was? They make all organic cigars. Now, I might smoke that cigar, still get chocolate or leather or cedar or, peanut butter or whatever, Half of it I don't even get. I'll let you know if it's good or not. But my curiosity was, okay, all the other cigars out there, they're fermented. I mean, fermented. They've got chemicals put on them. You know, even though they're cigars, and cigars and pipe tobacco are a lot purer than cigarettes. Everything gets sprayed with pesticides and all of that. I mean, the vegetables and fruits we eat in the whole 9 yards. So that's a no brainer. That's no big deal. If you're not dead by now with all the crap you have eaten on fruits and vegetables, and even the steroids and the junk they pump up in the animals of the meat you eat. But I wanted to find out. These cigars are made in Costa Rica. Their filler, their binder, and their wrapper, they're disclosed. Now that's a little bit of a trick. They don't tell you where they come from or where they're at. But none of this tobacco has been treated with chemicals and pesticides and all that. It's all as organic as you can get because there's a region in Costa Rica that is the right temp, right humidity, right everything, and I guess it's almost bugless. I don't know, but they raise it, and it's as pure of a pure tobacco you're going to get. Pure nicotine, pure tobacco leaf, pure everything. Virgin, almost. Okay, so I want to try one. I'll share that on my video one day. Gotta have that special time to smoke that one. Good night. It's the most expensive cigar I've purchased and probably the only one. But I want to try it because I want to see how an organic cigar smoked and tasted and burned versus AJ Fernandez, Rocky Patel, Scooby Doo and Mickey Mouse, whatever, whoever's making them. So I bought one. But that's the only reason I bought it, is just to try it to see what an organic cigar is versus a non-organic. But the whole thing about it is, guys, if I would be teaching my grandchildren and even my oldest son, I've only got one boy and one child, I tell them the same thing. Be you. Be you. Don't try to be somebody else, what you think somebody else wants, or if you're offending somebody else. If you're offending somebody with Christ, hey, praise the Lord, man. Because really, they need to be offended if it's with Christ. Because they may not know it. You know it. They need him whether they think they do or not. And it's our job to let the light shine, to plant the seed, to say something. And why is it we have no problem talking about the government, our hobbies, our cigars, our pipes, our tobacco, our horses, our cows, or whatever turns you on, your race car? But when it comes to Christ, we can't talk about that. Let's not be like Peter. Lord, I'll never deny you. Yes, you will, Peter. No, I won't. Yes, you will. Jesus, I will not. I will not deny my. Yes, you will. Did Peter deny Christ? 3 times. Jesus said, "You'll deny me 3 times before the cock crows, the rooster." And when Peter was confronted from all angles, he denied Christ. And all of a sudden, cock-a-doodle-doo! And the Bible said Peter went out and wept. Your Jesus knows you and what you're going to do even before you do it. He knows, the Lord knows what we're going to do 4 years from now, 4 months from now, 10 years from now. He already knows. He made you. He created you. He knows what your thoughts are. I'll never deny you. Yeah, you will. You haven't been in the right circumstance. But see, there's a circumstance coming up that you don't know about, and I do. And you will deny me. Don't ever be afraid to speak for the Lord. It's time churches stand up and Christians stand up. And we get our finger out of our ear and from up our backside and start standing for who we believe. There's coming a day, and that day is getting closer than it's ever been, where the trumpets will sound. So we have a short time in the span of things to get a message out to a lost and dying world. Stop keeping it at home. Stop keeping it around your buddies at church. Get it out into the airways. The media don't have a problem getting their agenda out. The satanic agendas, the ungodly agendas. The world don't care, do they? Why should we care? They don't care about putting their God out, the God of this world. Why are we afraid to put the God of heaven out that the world needs? So anyway, guys, it's been, Lordy G, it's been 26 minutes, and Bass Piper has ranted and gone on and gone crazy. But I just wanted to share that today. I've been seeing a couple of things off and on, and Relax Piper, brother, you got a good channel. I enjoy your channel. Also, Alan, if you should see this, love your channel, buddy. And praying for you as well, man. You know, I know you're in some decision making. I know you've been frustrated and stuff the way things are going. Man, I tell you, you know, it's enough out here to frustrate you. But hang in there, man. Stay by the stuff. I know you're looking for a new name for your channel and all of that. But hey, you know what? My advice would be stay where you're at. You got over 17,000 subscribers, buddy. You're doing something right. And you've talked about God, and you've talked about politics, and you've talked about agricultural things, and you've talked about books, and you've talked about that. That's why your channel's growing, man. You got a good thing going. Stay with it. I wouldn't change a thing. Keep on keeping on, and keep on keeping on taking your stand for the Lord. Relax Piper, you too, buddy. And anybody else. I know Preacher Man Piper, if he could get out there and make some videos, he'd say amen to that too. We ain't got nothing to be ashamed about. You know, hey, Alan, if you see this, you got over 17,000. Hey, man, if you lost 1,000 subscribers, you ain't lost nothing, buddy. You still rolling. That leaves you with 16,000. You got plenty. Hey, Bass Piper's got 483. You know, after 2 years. I ain't got to my 500 mark. After this video, I might have 475. I don't know. But, hey, man, we got to be us. We got to be us. And I thought I'd wear one of my fedoras today, my black fedora here. I got to go out there in the garage, have my stogie. But, hey, that's enough ranting and senior moment for today. But listen, Bass Piper loves you guys. And listen, men and gals, take a stand. Stand by the stuff. Keep your channel. Keep on hitting it. Keep on rolling. You know, hey, listen, you don't know who you're going to touch. Whether you're talking about cigars, pipes, and especially the Lord Jesus Christ. So until next time, it's been 28 minutes, guys. Hey, I'm trying a new gadget on my. Got me one of them remotes. Come with the phone or my stand, and to turn this video off and on. So I'm gonna try it and see if it works on this one here. You might hear a click in my videos from now on. You'll know what that is. But guys, until we meet again, relax, have a pipe or a cigar. And don't forget the many blessings of God he puts upon us each and every day. You guys have a great day, a great weekend ahead, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. And look, it didn't even work. It's still rolling.